Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I prepare one of my favorite desserts, St. Louis butter cake. But first, a wonderful free event for children from 6 to 15 years old, the annual Kids Day at Latonia Sportsman's Club. For over 40 years, the Latonia Sportsman's Club has opened its grounds for Youth Day to promote outdoorsmanship. Close to 1,000 boys and girls ages 6 through 15, along with their parents, enjoy a wealth of outdoor activities: archery, canoeing, fishing, shotgun shooting, and more. And breakfast and lunch are included. The day is free and open to the public. Volunteers, club members, and generous donations help make this day a huge success. Nick Hawkins invited me down for this event, and I cannot believe all the activities you guys have planned.
There's a ton. We have archery, shooting sports, there's food, they give out trophies at the end of the day. There's just a full gambit of things for the entire day. It's usually registration at 9:30, and it usually closes out around 5:30.
And you know, this is a really good tradition to get the kids involved outside, especially in the last 10 to 20 years with all the onslaught of video games, and you know, kids just aren't outdoors enough.
That's true. Like you said, video games is a big thing. So we try to instill values of outdoorsmanship and sportsmanship in the younger generation, so that way we can continue on the traditions of sporting, hunting, fishing, camping. Who doesn't like a free day of activities? I mean, it's great. So
I know. I mean, the canoeing, the archery. I mean, the kids, this pond right behind us is only used for Youth Day. You cannot fish it. You, as a member, are not allowed to fish that pond.
That's correct. I could have, if I have kids that I want to bring down here, they can fish in this pond, even in non-Kids Day. So, like, throughout the rest of the year.
Only for youth.
Only for kids. So, as a member and as an adult, I can't fish in the pond. So, we have another lake back there that I could fish in, but
and it's catch and release.
Yes. Yeah.
And how many acres are owned by the Sportsman Club?
I believe it's 260. I could be wrong on that. I'm gonna have to check. So.
And are you gonna give me the tour and show me some of the different activities here?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a 20 gauge. This will be the second time I've shot a gun in my life. I'm going to show them how it's done. You're a pretty good marksman. Well, let's see how we do. Let's see. What is your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. Where are you from?
Akron, Ohio.
You came in from Akron?
Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
Is this the first time you've been here?
This is my second time.
You really like it? I think this is really awesome. Joanne, Sandy, and Kelsey are volunteering here. Now, are you members of the club?
I'm not a member of the club.
But your husband is?
No, a friend of mine's a member of the club, but we're with the VFW Auxiliary in Washingtonville, and we volunteer to help them out.
You know, I forgot to ask, is this club open to women? Yes. Oh, it is? Oh, well, better yet. Okay, 2 women are members, but the VFW, you guys help out, because this really is a big event.
Yes, it is. Extremely large event for what they do for these children. Oh my God, it's awesome.
I know, and you know, making it free all day long, all the activities, I mean, you have to get a lot of volunteers and a lot of sponsorship. You say your husband, Kelsey, is a member here? Oh my gosh, Nick's your husband? Well, Nick and I have been emailing. I hope you're not good with a gun. Well, George Stacy is a beekeeper, and you may remember a few years back, George, I went out to his home and went through all of his hives with him. And do you see the kids taking an interest in your bees when you're talking with them?
Yes, I do. This is a good place to come because they have so many young people here today that show up because there's a lot of interesting things that they can do here. So I like coming here and being able to explain honeybees to them and what goes on in the hive. So there's a lot of people interested in keeping bees, and we're really trying to get young people involved in it.
More from Youth Day in Latonia right after this. Well, autumn is in the air, and I am here with Rue, the dude from the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. And man, this is one of my favorite seasons, and you guys have got it going on.
Yes, we do. You know, when the seasons change, so does our menu change. So these are some of our new menu options we have here. These are our flatbreads. This is actually our smoked kibasi sandwich with some kibasi from Lightner's and Struthers, pierogies from the pierogi lady. And then this is our Caddy mac and cheese over here. So just some new items here, some new drink menu items for the fall to keep you warm during the cold days.
And we've got these huge screens. You've really expanded your coverage.
Yes. We added about 5 70-inch TVs. We got the NFL Sunday Ticket. So we'll have every game, Buckeyes, Browns, everything.
I'll tell you, this is your fall headquarters. Come on down to the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
Buddy knows. For new floors, shop the Floor Store of Ohio. Choose from flooring that's Buddy safe, Buddy approved, and made in Ohio. Plus, take up to 24 months to pay, interest-free. Better brands, even better prices. You've got a Buddy at the Floor Store of Ohio.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life. Trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Woolley Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old World Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Woolley Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
Ken Gross is a member of the club, and every year you are on the chili duty?
Yes, I am.
And this is your recipe that's made?
It's not my recipe. I took it over from Mr. Turner.
Is that Mr. Turner over there? Is he doing a good job? No, he's saying thumbs down. I don't know if you're really carrying on the tradition.
I'm trying. I had some big shoes to fill.
Now, you do make 3 cauldrons.
We'll probably add one more here when this one gets low. Redo it.
And what are you going for here? Heat, flavor? Do you have any complaints from the kids?
Flavor, and we call it children friendly, kid friendly.
Yeah, so you don't make it too killer hot.
But we do have some hot stuff down on the end if you want to add to it.
How many years have you been involved with the Sportsman's Club?
I've been here roughly 6 or 8 years.
I mean, this event is unbelievable.
That's one of the reasons I joined down here. I first came down and I helped out somebody that needed help on Kids Day, and it showed me that this club cared about the future of the kids and what they do, what they can do in the outdoors.
And do you partake in any of the activities?
Not today. I got my
Now,
hands.
are you a shooter, fisherman? What is your outdoor activity of choice?
I'm a hunter. I like to deer hunt and bow hunt.
These different pelts come from all over the state.
All over, and these were all caught with traps.
Yes, everything was caught with traps. You see the coyotes here behind you, right behind you, and the beaver on the table there, they were all caught with traps.
Now, coyotes have really presented to be a problem up here.
There's a lot of coyotes around now.
How did they wind up in our neck of the woods?
They migrate because of population expansion. They're migrating from the south, and they're migrating from Mexico, and they're all ending up all over the country.
This is Carson, and he is in kindergarten, and you just made this birdhouse.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. You don't have to say anything. Where are you gonna put this? Do you watch birds in the backyard?
Yes.
Okay. So where do you think you're gonna mount it? Was this hard to make?
Yes, it was a little bit hard.
Did you do all the nail pounding yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think this is cool, and I think finches will like it. We'll have to put special seeds in there, and you can start watching, birds from your window.
Yes. And we're going to put it at my pappy's.
Oh, you're going to put Grandpa's? And come here, Grandpa. I want you to see why this kid is such a big kid. Grandpa, get over here. Look at Grandpa Jim. That is so nice that you brought Carson out here.
He's one of my 12 grandkids.
Well, let me tell you, he takes after you. When he told me he was in kindergarten, I said, you've got to be the biggest kid in your class.
He's huge.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. You bring him out here, your grandkids a lot?
Oh, yeah, every year.
This is a great event.
All for the kids. All for the kids. That's what it's all about.
Wes Hull is also a member of the club, and 20 years, huh?
I was started in 1989.
And you've always been very involved in this Youth Day.
I tried to. I think I missed one in all those years.
Now, your hat is very interesting. You made this.
I made it in high school back in 1974.
Really?
At Latonia High School in shot class.
Well, okay, the 70s. And your head hasn't changed, huh?
Well, I guess not.
Okay, so is this, did you do the own tanning and that of the leather, or did you find the leather?
I bought the leather and I cut out the pattern and I made my own hat.
Instead of a belt, Wes made a hat. Bob, you're on the flu. Are you good at this flu?
Well, I can be. Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
So it's kind of like skeet shooting for arrows.
Yes, it's just like skeet shooting. The flu arrows don't fly so far because of the big feathers and that, and it's real simple to do.
And what is the ball? What is that made of?
It's just a styrofoam ball that's duct taped, and we just launch it and they try to hit it.
How many kids hit it?
Today there's only been about 3.
Okay, we get ready. And you and me, we're going to do it, and we're going to hit it.
We're going to do it.
I shot was that a 20 gauge? Yeah, I got a little bit off. I nicked the little clay tile.
That counts. If you nick it, it counts.
Just, I want everybody to know I'm for real. I know, it's pathetic. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I am blessed with a wonderful husband. He's stuck with me through thick and thin, and he's a fantastic father. So when he needed long-term care, not just any place would do, we did our research. Everyone said, trust the name you know, Briarfield. With all those locations, there's always one close. That made it easy for me and the kids to visit more often, Briarfield.
Trust the name you know, Briarfield. Proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I personally feel that Forever Mark is the best because only 1% of diamonds can even become a Forever Mark diamond.
Diamonds take millions of years to be formed in the ground, and it's not very pretty. Once you get to that inner core of the diamond, it really can give beauty and light.
Forever Mark goes beyond the technical qualities of the 4 Cs. They hand-pick diamonds that are truly beautiful.
Get real, get Kamara. Buddy knows. For new floors, shop the Floor Store of Ohio. Choose from flooring that's Buddy safe, Buddy approved, and made in Ohio. Plus, take up to 24 months to pay, interest free. Better brands, even better prices. You've got a Buddy at the Floor Store of Ohio.
I'm going to make for you a very special dessert. Any time of year, the St. Louis butter cake. This stuff is delicious. I've had it every time I go to Aquapazzo. My niece Annabelle absolutely loves it. She's like, oh, can't you try to make this? So I did. For this recipe, you'll need 2 tablespoons of lukewarm whole milk, 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg at room temperature, and 1 cup of cake flour. For the top layer, you'll need 7 tablespoons of cake flour sifted, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg at room temperature, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, and powdered sugar for garnish. Now the actual recipe calls for the milk to be 100 degrees. So what I did was put this milk in the microwave for 30 seconds. I am using my handy dandy tester here, and it shows it going to about 110. So by the time I really get to use it, it'll lighten up. So I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons out of this bowl, and it'll chill it a little bit more. And then I have the teaspoon of active dry yeast, and you just sprinkle over the warmed milk for 5 minutes. Since this is a dough, the batter, I one time tried the dough hook. I didn't think it worked very well. I think the paddle is much better. So all I'm gonna do is add the butter. I am going to add the sugar, and I'm going to add the salt. And I'm gonna put this on medium and just let it cream for about 2 or 3 minutes until it gets a little fluffy. Looks good. It's been a couple minutes. So now I am just going to add the egg and mix it until it combines for about another minute or 2. It's been about 5 minutes, so now the milk and the yeast have mixed together. Now I'll just stir it and combine it. It's smells so good. All right, so now I'm gonna put this on low. And I'm gonna add 1/3 of the flour. And now I'll just add half of the milk and the yeast mixture. Let that combine. Then I'll add another 1/3 of the cake flour. I'll finish off the rest of the milk and the yeast. And then I'll finish it off with the remaining flour. And once this flour is really combined well with the rest of the dough, I am just going to put it up 2 speeds and let the dough get a little elastic. And I'm just going to take it out of the bowl. See, look at me baking. Can you believe this? A little more flour. You know, the cake flour is a lot more tender than the all-purpose. So really a beautiful dough. And I already have greased this pan over here. Let me grab it for you. And all I did was rub some coconut oil on it. And then all you do, and see, it's very nice and pliable. It's acting very nicely. It's not snapping back. And all you do is line the very bottom of an 8x8 pan. And I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap. Keep it in a warm place, and then you want it to rise for 2 hours. I know, it's a little painful. You gotta wait, but in 2 hours, this will be perfect. We'll add the top layer, and then we'll bake it. Well, the dough has risen nicely for our base layer. So now I am going to sift together the flour and the cornstarch. Okay, there we go. And I am just gonna use this nice handy dandy wax paper. I will then add the salt separately and mix that around and just mix that up. And then we'll use that when we need that for our dry ingredients. So right now, this is going to be the topping, and boy, this makes all the difference in the world. So I'm going to add the butter and the sugar back into the butter and the sugar. I am going to add the corn syrup. And then I'm gonna cream this for about 3 minutes on medium. This looks good and creamy, so I'm not even gonna stop it. I am going to add the egg and the vanilla. I'll beat this for about a minute. So first we add the dry, and I'll do about 1/3, there we go, of the flour. You know, why dirty another bowl? And then I'll do this on low. Then the milk, 1 of the tablespoons. A little bit more of the flour. Another tablespoon of the milk. And last but not least, the rest of the flour. Always want to end with the dry ingredient. Mix that up. See, look how nice and creamy it is. Mix that up, and it's really light and fluffy. So now that we're going to take the proofed dough, and we are going to spread this along the top. Now, the only thing I'll tell you to do is save about 1/8 of an inch around the entire edge. Don't cover it completely, because it sets itself up and it really helps to make the edges, really helps to make the edges a nice golden brown when it bakes. So just leave about 1/8 of an inch of a border. All right, I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees and it's going to go for 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure you check your oven at 20. You want it to be a golden brown color and you want the middle to be set. And if not, keep adding 5 minutes. Perfectly done. Nice golden brown. The edges are perfect. See how it's in the middle and it falls a little bit. And I would wait a good half hour to 45 minutes to let it cool down before you serve it. Now tell me, now you know it's gooey, not gooey, but there is a little creaminess to that second layer. And tell me what you think.
It's delicious. I like it.
Does it taste like the authentic wine?
It does.
You got?
It's moist. It's creamy.
It's really good.
It is really good.
It really is. So go to my website, caseymalonshow.com for the St. Louis butter cake recipe. You are going to love it. I think coffee
Another
pairs
good job.
perfectly
That's right.
with this.
Coffee, tea.
Cheers to
Cheers.
the butter cake. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.